Hey everybody, Wizard here. I'm back to YouTube for a little bit. I just have some free time right now, so I figure I might as well record this. I've been I've been a little busy. Basically, I actually had 2.5 other videos recorded, ready to upload, and then my password or the pin for Windows Hello corrupted itself on my old computer. And so I had to re-image this one. I had to ditch everything. I have the Windows old files, so I still have the raw data. I just don't think it's usable anymore because it doesn't go into DaVinci Pro anymore, and it doesn't really seem to want to work with me anymore, which is all right. We can work without it. If I can get it to work, you guys might get the first part of a jazz punk episode and possibly some Spore content. But it's also very possible I might just pick those up anyway and do them again. Just because those are some of my favorite games of all time, and there would just be fun series to make. Alongside that, though, however, my Minecraft world also was corrupted. So that series has come to an abrupt halt, but maybe I will start a regular one once again. Ah! Oh, Jesus. I forgot how terrible that map is. You can just jump to another base. But maybe I'll start another one. I think the cat can come out of the bag now. That series was actually not a vanilla Minecraft series, as you could probably tell by the Herobrine that would show up every now and then. It was actually a mod pack called like Herobrine is real or something that I had downloaded. I initially wanted to get a friend to do it, but I didn't have anybody who could show up multiple times over and over again. And I didn't want to make it a one-off type of thing. I wanted it to be a series, so I just chose to kind of throw a mod pack on and see what happened. And it was fun. I liked doing the fun little quirky stuff with the names. But that series truly on its own was never really going to go anywhere. And that's alright. Here, bro. Ah! Damn, he figured out that I was too low. Yeah, that series was never really going to go anywhere. That was okay, though. Some people seem to really like it. Those two people who commented seemed to like it, and it was even to make a couple of their days, which, that made me feel good. Realistically, those comments are why I came back to film this, was because I liked those comments, and they filled me with a little bit of hope for a channel like this. We're gonna do 4v4s because solo Bed Wars is a rough lineup. In solo Bed Wars, people will just hop to your base, kill you, and move on. So you got to be up and moving the whole time. It's just a rough game mode. In 4v4s, it's a little more difficult, but not by much. Luckily, I'm the best in the world, so it's been a long time since I played Bed Wars. There was one point where, I played a long time ago, and we played a lot, and I used to be able to play fairly quickly, but those days are long behind me. Now I gotta go to work and stuff. Do adult things. Tuition doesn't pay for itself, so this is not enough wool to do fucking anything with. This guy's flat bridging, but I think it's okay on this map, just because you got the bridge up to it anyway. Blue guy's pretty adamant about taking a bed, I think. Ah! They got me. That was rough. I almost had it, though. That fucking bed was like a block away from being exposed. Oh, shit. Goddamn. Yeah, I missed this space. This space was kind of a nice little, talking zone where I could just kind of like vent to a non-existent person. Um, just about, stuff that's going on and how I feel about stuff, which is kind of nice. And it's not necessarily that I don't have people in my life that I can do that with. It's just, it's a little easier to to just yap. W-tap, W-tap, no! Damn! Guy's on 2 health. Need to get a little bit of an edge over them first. I think the hard part, too, is a lot of the time I just get this demotivation spell that I just feel like I can't do anything. I just feel like I just don't want to do stuff, which I think is pretty normal. I think most people experience something similar at some point in their life, but it makes it really hard to want to do anything. Uh-oh. Yeah, that was rough. Makes it really hard to want to do anything because, like, it just feels like there's this wall that prevents you from getting up and going to do the thing. You know, I signed up for a gym membership recently, and I plan on going after this episode, but, you know, in the next episode we'll see how that went. Oh! Damn. I don't know how he got that off. I think I need blocks right now. I think I need sharpness. These trade battles are really rough when, you know, you're working with an iron sword and no protection. I think blue's contesting us a little too much, so we're just going to take them out first. Oh, damn. That was a good fireball. Ah, that would have been so cool. Oh, shit. Damn, why did that trap trigger so late? That was crazy. He almost got away with that shit just because that trap was like a minute late. Ah! Again, it would have just been so cool. Maybe I'll only show myself doing cool stuff. It'd be kind of funny if I just recorded for 4 hours and only recorded the cool shit. It's kind of sad. I think Hypixel's falling off similarly to how Mineplex fell off. And the Hive and all those guys, except the Hive kind of picked up with Minecraft, which was, you know, the best possible decision for them. This guy's got a GB80 skin on. That's pretty cool. We'll see if he defends. Does not look like it. The best possible defense would have glass over top of that, but I don't have the patience nor the time for that, so it's just going to have to be left like this. Ah! That timing and just missing it just barely is always pretty rough. Damn it, with the... What are we doing? What? There were 3 teammates there, I thought. Jackass. No shit! These little lunar widgets are kind of fun. Just showing, you know, the height limit of the map and the distance you've gone. But yeah, I think these games have kind of like a timer on them. Mineplex lasted for a long time, and I'm still to this day a little sad every time I think about the Christmas and Halloween events, and then realizing that Mineplex has been gone for almost 4 years now is kind of it's an experience that I can't quite describe, because it was just such a big part of my childhood, and now it's just gone, which is so weird to me. And I remember like playing those games and hanging out and meeting people through that, and it's just not the same on Hypixel. Hypixel's so almost competitive and distant from Mojang in a way that Mineplex and the Hive aren't, that I think most of the fun of it is lost. and not to say Hypixel isn't fun in general. I think it's good. I just don't think it had quite the charm that Mineplex and the Hive had to them. They're a bit more interactive with their team members and the people who worked on the games. And I'm glad the Hive is still around. It's just on C, or it's on Bedrock, and I don't actually know specifically what happened to Mineplex, but I just know they shut down servers here. I don't know if there's ways to play it still, if they backloaded it somewhere or whatnot, but um, it's an interesting business model. It's almost similar to the Robloxification of games and the Fortniting of games, where you make an open source setting where people can do whatever they want with the game, and you give them a little more access to things, resources, and it creates this new community inside of the already building community. Like when Fortnite did it and tried to become Roblox, or when Roblox was released. And Roblox is probably the best example of this, because if you look at the engine that Roblox is made on, it's not like there aren't games typically still made in Luna, but Roblox has kept that engine alive within Roblox, making it almost its own engine. To the point that games that, shouldn't be able to be made in Roblox and are almost identical clones of their counterparts, like Call of Duty and, VR chat even. But it's just so interesting to me that stuff like that prevails in open source dynamics, where Roblox themselves doesn't even have to really do much. Get fucked, bro. Oh my gosh. Delete the game. Oh my gosh! From the top ropes! Oh, one hit kill! That's not good. I'm sorry, teammate. Oh, this guy's good. But yeah, I think it's just so wild to me that more companies don't do that, because the Roblox employees themselves don't really even have that much work to do compared to, say, even just a regular AAA game. They like even if you just release it, there's still bug fixes, patches, possible admin work if it's an open source game, or it's an open, PvP game. They have to work so much more to keep that game interesting than Roblox or Fortnite or even Minecraft servers do, because Mojang, they release an update once a year, and half the time it's a vote for which one mob they'll add. So I just don't think they do as much work as the Call of Duty developers do in comparison. And again, not to say they don't work hard. Making the game itself is difficult, but realistically, there's not much work left after you've created an open source, open resources game, other than maybe monitoring if people are able to find memory leaks inside of your game or whatnot. There was that one time Minecraft had one line you could put into text chat and it would do something. I can't remember. It was like a kit, and it would send something back just because of the way Java interacts with the system. And, stuff like that's dangerous, but that isn't a thing that just isn't in. It's not like you can say that's not in regular AAA games. It is, and it's just its own section of it. Hacked lobbies are a thing in, GTA and the more you think about it, the less of a gamer I am. I feel like I know so many games and I know so much about games, but like when you get down to the nitty and gritty of it, it just kind of crumbles underneath what you expect your knowledge to be. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Like, I think I've played a lot of games. I've put probably more money than anyone ever should into my Steam account, but oh shit, that's not good. He's gonna try and run away. Oh, he still got me? That's crazy. These guys are tournament dudes, you can tell by this little tag. That's bad. Oh, never mind. He chose the second part. Like a loser! We need diamond upgrades. Damn, they just got like a flow of guys. Damn. That might be bed gone. I'm the only good person on this freaking team. Whoa! Not even sure how that happened. Yeah, I think I might do a little unboxing video in the coming future if I really feel like it. We'll see how I feel about posting videos in the future. It's going to be a lot of spacing in between videos for sure. Hopefully not 6 months every time like this one was. Um, it's so weird to me that it was 6 months ago that I posted that initial or those two videos, because for me, a lot has happened between that time. Um, for me as a person, but like it doesn't feel like as much should have happened. Like I feel like the headspace I was in wasn't that different from the one I'm in right now when making this video, but I am a totally different person, and my perspective on myself has changed drastically to where I was at that point. Um, and I think to a healthy degree. I don't think that it was a bad thing that, you know, I posted those videos, or the change that I went through after posting those videos. And I mean, it's even weird to think about, like, 4 years ago, or almost 6 years ago now, I was playing this game, Bed Wars, like, all the time. And I was really good at it, and I played with a bunch of friends, and now all of those friends are at work right now, and they're building a career. But not that long ago, we were talking about the Bed Wars Championship and making possibly up to $500 from one measly game. And honestly, when we were that age, there was no hope of that ever happening. We were not that good. I like to think that we were, but we weren't. Oh, dang. Third party. I think we're getting pincered right now. This is pretty rough. Games like these are hard to predict because, we can't go and leave to go get diamonds because we'll get intercepted by the team adjacent to us that's for some reason choosing to attack us at both sides. Or we'll leave and then they'll come in from mid and take the bed. So it's kind of just a countdown up to when either red or green decides to defeat us. Where's he going to do? Here. This is pretty game over here. We can still fight like we have a chance, but my teammates are buying chainmail armor when it's just totally like unuseful at this point. So I can't be totally surprised. These guys also look like they've got protection and sharpness probably, so it's pretty game over unless we can pull out some pretty cool stops here. And I can like W tap out, but these guys are positioning themselves very well for pincering and three ways like that. A lot of strategy goes into the mechanics of fighting in Minecraft, because when people talk about the mechanic of fighting, a lot of the time they just focus on the CPS and how hitting a higher CPS is important, but they also don't talk about the mechanics of actually fighting in Minecraft, because there is a lot that goes into it. As you know, the fabled Technoblade talked about, looking up versus, or looking at someone directly versus looking down at them can change the mechanic of the fight in general. Swaying side to side can change the way the knockback works. Hitting adjacent angles like I'm doing right here, or stopping your momentum and moving forward and causing that W tap changes the way the knockback works. It's all about kind of the mechanic of fighting. And like adding a second person into the equation changes a lot, but it doesn't change as much as you'd think, right? Because the mechanic of knockback, they fly away and you have to regain the stamina to run back up at them, still applies, right? Because and you can use that to your advantage, because you knock one person away, focus the other person, knock them away, and knock this person away. If they are smart, a lot of the time what they'll do is when they get knocked away, they'll rotate around you, and the one person attacks, and then you don't have enough time to knock them away and then focus on the other person again. The combat itself becomes very diluted, though, because like it is kind of just about who can get the first KP and who can trade the hits right. And CPS does play a part in it, I can't say it doesn't. But it's not quite as big of a deal as you'd think. Better stuff wins more fights. Strength is a huge factor in a lot of these games. Speed, if you have speed while you're fighting, speed potion, that rotating becomes a very big deal, because you can create more knockback and it becomes very difficult for them to hit you. Oh shit. Damn. When you have that little rotation, that tracking ability becomes very difficult on their end, and a lot of the time when you get someone up in the air and you're comboing the shit out of them, they don't really have the processing power anymore. Like this guy just did to me, where you're kind of up in the air and your tracking becomes lost. Unless you're very competent and can overcorrect while in the air, it's pretty lost battle at that point. And then there's people who are also very good with that fishing rod. Fishing rod is a thing I was very terrible with for a very long time. The fishing rod is kind of crucial when it comes to fighting, because if you'll note, this person can't hit me right now because I'm knocking them away. Bow tracking is another thing I'm very good at. I spent a lot of time with bow and arrow on Bed Wars, but the thing about the fishing rod, when you're trying to recompose yourself, almost just sitting there and spamming that fishing rod is a technique that most people sleep on, because when you get stressed out in a fight, you can seriously just spam, and there's nothing they can do about it. The bow and arrow can help. But like, look, this guy literally is unable to hit me right now. No matter what he does, the bow and arrow and the fishing rod will always keep him. Yeah. I was kind of diddly-dallying around, and he just was able to knock some hits off there. But if you kind of see what I mean, it's just so much... It's so effective to hold them off. And knocking that KP... It can also stop the knockback that they have on you when you're up in the air. Because when you're up in the air, a lot of the time, if you don't have a fishing rod or a bow, you're just screwed. Your movement is useless. You're too far, because reach is almost relative to based on where you're at. Is this guy Omni-Man? Oh no, he's that one guy from Dispatch. He's got 2 left. The fishing rod itself also has more knockback than the sword. So sometimes when you're in those fights and people try and knock your KB by using the fishing rod, you can quickly switch to the fishing rod, hit them once with it, and then switch back to the sword. And what that does, effectively, hey, it's the same guy. Effectively, what it does is it throws your KB. Fucking what the hell? Throws your KB up a little more than theirs, which can end up winning you a lot of fights if you do it quick enough. Because when you have a CPS of up to 18, and then you switch for one of those hits, it doesn't really change a whole lot. Yeah, that guy just had me. That guy was just a lot better. Maps like these are always so weird because like you've got sometimes where you'd fall into these slabs and you've got to climb up these, so you don't ever have to jump. And you'll notice while I'm playing, sometimes people don't even use the fishing rod. And then some people are just sitting there spamming it until the very last second where they can slam you with their sword. Or some people are like me and like to... Oh, fuck! Whoa! I didn't think I was going to beat him that one. That one was pretty rough. But yeah, some people use it as a last-ditch resort when they're, you know, in mid-fight or whatnot. That was cool. Still got 2 more, though. Sometimes I like to use the bow as a fishing rod because it hits almost a half heart, so you can get an edge and still get your KB bonus. Because you shoot them with it, swing a bunch of times, hit them with it, swing a bunch of times. Or alternatively, if you're really low and they're still decently high on health. That's what he was trying to do there. He was trying to level the playing ground a little bit. It just didn't really work out for him. Let's switch it up a little bit. Let's see. I forget, it's been so long. I haven't ever played these Duelist Odysseys, so. Oh. So you have to do a bunch of them. Bridge duels are rough. I spent a lot of time on bridge duels, and they are not that fun. They are very difficult. The bridge ones are weird because it's almost just like if you did a fight on a Bed Wars bridge the entire time. I'm real good at hitting people, not the ground underneath them so much. There he goes. I don't know why he didn't repulse her out, but these games are also weird because, like, we'll see if it works this time, but, like, you can also just kind of do this. Oh, it didn't work. I really expected it to. Maybe you just saw it coming. I forget, I think it's like this. There he goes. Again, you can just jump out. You have like 9 double jumps. I just don't think he knows that all too well. This also might be the only other guy playing Spleef right now. Not many people play this game out of whole. Yeah, I think it is. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, Spleef's easy. It's really not that hard. You have 11 of those little fucking three-way shots. You just get behind him, blast it, repulsor him into it. Oh, you got a smart one. See if he's smart enough for this. This guy's pretty good at it. I should have a ping counter on. Ping matters a little more for this game mode. Oh! He got me! Oh. He fell in too. Yeah, the repulsor's a pretty big deal in this game. This guy's just playing with me. This one's pretty fabled. I'm not quite so good at this one. This one is strictly KB based. There's no health involved here. It's just a matter of who can W tap, move sideways, and crouch jump their way out the best. That was just luck, I promise. I'm gonna get dunked. Especially if the map stays like this. Holy cow. Yeah. You know, some people are just really good at this game and choose to devote all their time to it, so they get cool emotes like that. And I think that's about enough of sumo. Let's see. You know what? We'll try it. We'll try one bridge. These bridge duels are pretty rough, though. I gotta be honest with you. You'll see here in a minute what I'm talking about. I did play these a lot. I won't even lie. I used to play them all the time. The weird thing is the instant respawns make this game very difficult to kind of figure out, because a lot of the time it's just quicker to die and save your little portal thingy than it is to Jesus, to do almost anything else. I see that guy didn't see that coming at all. Got a bunch of weird muscle memory coming back from this game. See, I've got him here. There's nothing he can do. That arrow was almost really good. These games are just, it's just so, it's so sweaty. I don't know. I like them to a degree, but there's so much skill involved that people get so upset when they lose. And it's just... Okay, this guy didn't even see that coming, dude. Oh, damn. Poor guy. He's gotta be so mad. And this isn't even just me being crazy at the video game. This guy just isn't very good, I think. Oh, that was pretty good, though. I didn't expect that. He countered my arrow. His head got a little big there, though. He tried to chase me, like, into the void. You know, though, if you're trying to get real good at Bed Wars, this is not a bad duel to try out. Because it trains you to always expect there's another person coming down the bridge, which is something in Bed Wars that is a thing people struggle with, is understanding that someone's coming right after you. Did I get him? Yeah, I did. And that race effect is a thing that's crucial for Bed Wars as well, just who can get to the other side faster. And for some reason, he's trying to do it again, even though I have a bridge here. And I've still got him. Oh, he got me! Oh, shit. I think he's getting through this way. So I just put one block there, and he's screwed. Oh, got him. You didn't see that coming. Yeah, those dings are important too, because, you know, if people died or if you're just kind of dead. Let's try OP duels. I haven't played OP duels in forever. Not sure if I have my inventory set up. I do not. Oh, man. Oh, dude, this guy's getting fucking railed. So rough. Let's try combo duels. I haven't played combo duels in a while. These are pretty rough sometimes. Because you'll see if you haven't played these before. Oh, I forgot. You're supposed to eat gapples. Whoops. The gapples have like regen 6 or something. Something crazy. So I think what they did here is they made the amount of combo and reach limitless. So like, you don't even have to have a very high CPS to be very good at this. Sure doesn't harm, though. Damn. Well, I think that's going to end it for today, guys. I'm super happy to be back. I think I'm going to film some other videos soon, hopefully, but we'll see. So I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night, y'all.